Hey, welcome to another An Open Book. This one's a little bit early. It's not exactly Monday, it's Friday, but I was trolling the interwebs today and saw something that kind of irked me, and I felt the need to talk about it. Um, it's not just me going off on a tangent or anything like that, which I'm sure I'll fucking do at some point, but right now I'm still trying to keep this focused on writing and comics and that kind of shit. And this has to do with that. I was on Twitter, and I saw a post with a link to one of those types of blog posts that people put up about advice on breaking in, and it was very much, you should do this, you shouldn't do this, which kind of pissed me off, to be honest. There's certain people that I think it's valid to listen to on stuff like that. C.B. Cebulski is one of them. He offers great information. Dude genuinely gives a shit, and he tries to help people out. Another one is Marvel editor Nathan Cosby. He gives really good information too. So those are two people I think it's worthwhile to listen to when they say, if you're looking to break into comics, you should do this, you should do that. Because it's more advice. It's not don't do this kind of shit. And the post I saw today, one of the things that really irked me was it talked about don't watch movies. If you're a writer and you're trying to write comics, don't take away from movies because it's a different set of tools, a different type of storytelling. Fuck that. That's bullshit, in my opinion. And I know I'm in doing this, I'm making myself the very thing that I'm annoyed by. I'm offering my fucking 2 cents. But I'm not saying don't do or do. I'm saying, if you're a writer, and in general, if you're a writer, I think you have to be a student of storytelling. I think you have to be a student of storytelling in all of its forms. Comics, movies, fucking, stand-up comedians, songs, just, oral passing down of storytelling. Anything that tells a fucking story, you should be paying attention to. Yes, they all have different mechanics that make them unique and make them work that won't translate to everything else, but they all have different ways of looking at things that you could really take a lot away from. So for somebody to go out there and say definitively, look, you shouldn't use movies, that's bullshit. I mean, I draw from movies all the time. Mel Brooks is one of my heroes. He's one of my idols. When it comes to writing comedy, there's nobody, in my opinion, that's better. So I'm going to take as much away from the things that Mel Brooks did in film as I possibly can. I'm going to try and learn from it. I'm going to try and put my own stamp on it. But the tools that he had at his disposal for his writing of making those movies were no different than the tools I have at my disposal when I'm writing. So why wouldn't I look at how he did that? And why wouldn't I look at the timing and the way things work? You can learn a lot about pacing from movies, especially with something like comedy, which lives and dies on its pacing. So, that's just kind of a ridiculous thing to say, don't use this. So my advice, not that I'm in any position to give it, but fuck it, you're watching this, I got you as a captive audience. If you want to turn it off and you don't want my advice, be my guest. My advice is to pay attention, to be open to storytelling in any way possible. Fucking read epic poems, read song lyrics, listen to music, see how they tell a story, especially older music, especially classics, because they often told a story, and it was a much bigger story than what you get in a lot of things today. There's certain music, I'm not fucking gonna overgeneralize and say nobody tells a story with song anymore, because they do, and in all genres. But be open to it. Listen. Say, wow, that worked. Wow, that wouldn't work for me. Internalize it. That's the key. You gotta internalize everything, and then figure out what would work for you and how you want to do things. I don't know. I guess that's about it. I got on my little soapbox, and now I'll get off and save everything else I want to say for Monday's episode. All right, take it easy.